Hi, my name is Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder of Landscape Marketing Hero, and today I'm going to share with you how you can use the 30-day sales law to grow your business. So stay tuned and I'll share this with you. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Moutain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. I have been selling for over 25 years because when I first started small side businesses, when I first had my contracting company, when I got into landscaping, and now, in moving into the companies I have today, I realized that nothing happens unless there's a sale, right? And so you have to have the skill to deliver what you're going to sell. You have to understand some of these processes, but really, end of the day, if you don't have a consistent sales process, then you're not going to be in a position to grow your company. And so sales has always been a big part of what I focus on. It's always been a big part of what we spend time teaching our clients. And I also spend a lot of time personally reading sales books, doing trainings, evaluating my sales process, looking at what I can improve. It's a lifelong pursuit that I really love. And one of the books that I read that was really helpful for me quite a few years ago, I still actually reread it and reference it periodically, was called Fanatical Prospecting. It's by an author named Jeb Blunt, and just has some amazing sales principles, some good strategies, some great processes that he follows in there. And one of the things that he talks about in that book that stuck with me ever since I read it, and I really pay attention to it now going forward, is that he says everything that you're selling today or not selling today is due to the work you did or did not do 30 days ago. And it just really stuck with me because it was a simple line, a simple reminder that in order to produce results, in order to produce more sales, in order to produce revenue, we have to have a full pipeline of opportunities. And on top of that, we have to have in our mind and, realizing that the results that we get today are almost always from work we did previously. In most companies and most industries and with most of the clients I've worked with, the 30-day mark is an easy kind of rule of thumb to start with, and then you can adjust it up or down as needed. But if you think about the sales that you made in the last 30 days or the last quarter, if you were to trace that sale from when the person actually signed and closed and you looked back, you would likely see, at least you could say like, well, they reached out a few days before I sold that, and that would be the sale. Or maybe they reached out a few weeks ago, and because you followed up, because you gave them a clear proposal and you really followed good sales processes, they're going to close within 2 or 3 weeks. But we can always go back and look at our efforts, our input, and the investment that we made and see what results we're going to get at a later point. That's why we teach the CEO method here, because consistent branding is the way that people will know your name and be, thinking of you when it's time for them to consider switching to a new landscaper or hiring a landscaper. Once you've got consistent branding down, effective sales is not only what you do in person, when you show up and talk to that prospect, but it's all the steps that lead up to that. So when a lead comes in, are you calling them immediately? Are you communicating? Are you setting a sales appointment? Once you set that sales appointment, are you confirming it? Once you have that sales appointment, if they don't make that decision today, are you setting the follow-up meeting for a few days later or next week or whenever they're ready? As we break down and look at that process, we can pretty quickly identify that the results we're getting today are from the seeds of sales that we, planted a few weeks ago, a month ago, sometimes even longer. And so anytime that I'm having a really good sales run, I actually remind myself and look back and say, what did I do to generate these results? What did I do a few weeks ago, a month or so ago that got me here? And how can I repeat those? And just as much, when I'm in a slower sales cycle and I'm like, man, things aren't really closing, or it seems like things are slow, I'm not really hitting the revenue numbers that I want, I can look back a month, before, or with those few weeks to a month backwards and say, man, I wasn't prospecting, or we weren't generating leads, or I didn't follow up on all the opportunities that did come in. And so there's this gap in revenue now. And so the simple thing to remember and write down for yourself today is that the 30-day sales law always applies. And that means that the results we're getting today from our sales efforts, the closes, the dollars, the new revenue are almost always from work we put in previously. And so as soon as we start to identify, here's the work, here's the results that I'm getting, then we can build a system around that and say, typically I close deals within 3 weeks, or it's within 1 week, or whatever it is for your actual business. Track that, pay attention to when you first had initial communication with that prospect to when they actually signed and became a customer. That is your sales cycle. And then if you know your sales cycle is 30 days or 2 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever it might be, you can remind yourself, today is the right day to follow up on my prospects that I haven't, set an appointment yet. Today is a good day to follow up with people that I did present a proposal to and set that next follow-up call, because the work that we put in today is what gives us sales in the future. And as we evaluate today's dollars or this week's revenue, we can look backwards and say, what did I do to generate this? Or what did the company do to generate this? That's really what the 30-day sales law is all about. I hope that's helpful from a mindset and kind of approach perspective that will help you invest in the right activities on a daily basis that really generate the revenue that you're looking for. If you need any help with this, if you want to have better branding, more consistent branding that attracts your ideal customers and those outstanding employees that you need, if you need help with effective sales, or any of those things along those lines, please reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com. We are here to help you grow your landscaping business and help you be successful both today and in the long run. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today. Hope you have a wonderful holiday weekend, and I look forward to seeing everyone next week on the show. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.